we're starting with a banger. So guys, I just want to take a moment to mention Swan, my amazing sponsor of the podcast. I am so grateful for them. They've just been amazing. But I do want to chat about their air fryer, their manual air fryer. It is amazing. I've always wanted an air fryer. I didn't know how to use one. My mum would go on about it. My grandma goes on about it. They're like, I don't even use my oven anymore. And it saves on your bills and stuff. So I was like, I've got to try it. I popped my discount code in, Lauren S20, saved myself a bit of money. And it was absolutely amazing. I still use it now. And I actually haven't touched my oven since. I've made like turkey dinosaurs in there. I've made chicken, prawns, but like they're cooked to perfection. It does come with a little instruction booklet and it gives you a couple of like preferred times on food and stuff, which was massively helpful. So if you've not joined the air fryer hype yet, you should. Apparently you can make boiled eggs in them, desserts in them. So yeah, grab yourself an air fryer, as well as my amazing Nordic collection and the pink kettle that I always go on about and other funky stuff on the Swan website, which is www.swan-brand.co.uk. And don't forget to use my discount code LaurenS20 at the checkout. We've just decided now on this episode that I should be wearing pajamas. Wouldn't that just be the cutest thing ever? So what I'm going to do is going to film some solo eps today, and then the next ones are going to be in PJs. It's a great idea, that, isn't it? Some like chick flick ones, like pink sparkly slippers and stuff. That is my vibe. We've actually just been talking about as well retro songs, like old songs. Like how good did old songs used to be? Like we've just been singing Fabulous, High School Musical, and we've decided that High School Musical 2 is the best High School Musical. I think they started strong with What Time Is It? Summertime. And then we've just been, Beth has just been saying that she met Chico from the X Factor in Ibiza. That is so cool. It's Chico time. And we were just talking about, we are the cheeky girls. And I just don't feel like they make songs like that anymore. Anyway, this is very exciting because this is my first solo episode for Not Always Princess, and I'm going to start each solo episode with how to. If you're a fan of chick flicks, you'll know that it's a little play on How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which is probably in my top 5 chick flicks of all time. But what I thought I would do, can you hear that? ASMR. It's a cute little mug. Put some how-to episodes in there. I don't know what they are. And I'm just going to pick one out, see what it is, and we're going to roll with it. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see my cute little mug. Girl power. If you're listening, just going to choose one now. Let's see what we get. I'm nervous. Oh my God. My first how-to with your new how-to girl, Andy Anderson. Ooh, we're starting with a banger. Are you all ready? How to be confident in the bedroom. Shocker. Crowd goes wild. How to be confident in the bedroom. Wow, what an episode to start on. So me and the gals in the studio today were just saying that, you know, some girls live their entire lives with the same guy. For you, Glen Coco, you go, Glen Coco. Some of us don't get that luxury. I think sleeping with a lot of guys is always seen as a bad thing, but actually it can't always be helped. So I have no idea what my body count is. I don't think I've like gone, ooh, Brad, Dan, like I've not counted them. But, you know, I've not been able to help it because sometimes I may have been dating a guy for like 2-3 months, slept with him, and he's dumped me. So then I'm like, I can't be a virgin now. I've literally just got to, you know, go for it. So I wouldn't say, we're actually laughing about this earlier, I wouldn't say I'm a porn star in the bedroom, not that confident, but I think there is just a be yourself element in the bedroom. I think if a guy's going to like you, he's going to like you, and if he's not, he's going to not. I've got some horrific sex stories in my life. I did mention one earlier, which I wanted to tell you guys because I do feel like this will help young girls. I do feel like this is, when it happened to me, it's probably the most confident I've been, but at the same time, like I went home and I cried. I'd had too much to drink, I cried. And my mum was like, you know, fuck him and it doesn't matter. And anyway, I'll tell you the story and then I'll tell you how I acted. So I had a really close group of guy friends. I had lots of different guy group friends because I was never really a girl's girl. And I went to a house party with this group of lads who were like, honestly, my best mates. Like, they were so nice. We just gelled. We went to house parties all the time together. And God knows why I thought, we're going to sleep together today. These were my friends. So I don't know why that happened, but shit happens. We were at this house party. We started kissing, and not that I slept with people at house parties, but it just happened. And, it was really good. Enjoyed it. Great. And then I actually had no idea until I went downstairs and all the guys were sniggering, and I wasn't paranoid at this point because they were my mates. So I was like, fine. Grabbed one of the guys' phones, and they were all in a lad group chat, and it was just a picture of his bed, and it was just covered in blood. And I was like, oh, I think I was like, I want to say 18 at the time, 19 maybe, but at that age, like, I actually didn't lose my virginity until I think I was 17. I'd started college. So for me, I didn't lose my virginity at 14, 15 and then have sleep with people. He was probably like one of the first people I slept with. So I was mortified, absolutely mortified. And I literally said to the guy, is that me? Is that my blood? And he was like, yeah, I don't know why he's done it. Usually in that moment, I'd have been like, ran, lost my shit. But something came over me. I can't actually remember what I was like before it. But I just looked him dead in the eye when he came downstairs, and I was like, you were my mate. You should be ashamed of yourself and you should be embarrassed. And I felt so confident saying that. And I walked out, went home, cried to my mum. I didn't speak to him for ages after that. And he did feel so bad. I think if I'd have just gone and been embarrassed in the moment and cried in the moment, I think it'd have been way worse. But the fact I just looked at him and said, do you know what? You should be embarrassed. That is shit. And talking about that, so many things happened to me when I first slept with people. I would bleed on the bed. I would bleed for no reason. I wasn't even on my period. I would, they'd say things like, sorry that the guy's in the room, but they would say things like, oh, this girl has a better vagina than this girl. I want to say vagina. I'm not going to say what lads call it because it's disgusting. We're going with vagina. But lads would say, oh, hers looks different. Hers looks like a kebab. I always laugh at Poppy and Jay on TikTok for that. They're amazing for that. Poppy is a kebab advocate, I would say. She just talks about it, and I love that. And lads would say that. And so after the blood situation, then it moved to I don't think I'm actually that normal down there. Mine kind of, oh, it's so bad. I was so embarrassed, but it's so funny to talk about now. When I first saw, this sounds weird, my mum's when I was younger, I was like, mine doesn't look like my mum's. And me and my mum always used to laugh about this. I used to go, Mum, I don't think my down below area is normal. And she'd go, why? I was like, it dangles out a little bit. And I just feel like it's really ugly. This is when I was 15, I'd say. This actually was probably before bleeding and sex and embarrassing things happening in the bedroom. And I actually went to the doctors about this. I was absolutely mortified. It haunted me. Probably why I was never pressured into losing my virginity at a young age, because I was like, ain't no guy seeing that until I found out how normal that is. Started speaking to girls my age about it, and it just was so normal. My friend Lottie, she would say, we always say we have twin vaginas because we're like, oh my God, yours dangles too. Love that. And I think that after realizing how normal that was, that's where my confidence came in the bedroom. I was like, do you know what? A guy's either going to like me or he's not going to like me. I feel like I've been through lots of embarrassing things, the bleeding, not thinking I'm normal down there, not knowing how to do things. How do you actually, other than watching porn, know how to do stuff in the bedroom? It's a weird thing that you just learn as you go. I would always say try not to go with guys that you think would, I want to say, out you, like that guy did to me, sent it to his group chat. I know it's hard not to always go for them type of guys because you never know if they're going to do it or not. But if you've got even an inkling that the guy could be a bit of a dick, don't do it. That would be my advice. And I would also say just, like I said, a guy's either going to like you or he's not. And I think just know that if you've bled in the bedroom, if you've got an innie or an outie, that's what my mum calls them, or if something embarrassing happens to you, just know that honestly, even though you might not think it, you are not alone. This happens to everyone. I said to my best friend in college, Lottie, mate, I just don't want to sleep with people because I just feel like they're going to set the piss out of me. And she was like, what do you mean? Because I feel like you mean what I mean. And I was like, do you mean what I mean? And she was like, I mean what you mean. And I was like, have you got a bit of an outie? And she was like, yes. So we had that talk and I was like, I'm not alone. As soon as she said that, I was like, I'm going to chat to other girls about this who I feel comfortable with. Yeah, as soon as we had that conversation, I started having that conversation with other girls and they were like, oh my God, I'm the exact same. Or some girls would be like, no, mine's perfect. And I'd be like, go you, that's fine. You've never had to, worry about it. There was a lot of pressure in my school to lose your virginity and have sex, and it was quite a scary time. I would go home to my mum and I'd literally be like, what does fingering mean? Like, I said that to my own mum. What the fuck is fingering? I'm 12. Do you know what I mean? And things like, I didn't know what tossing off meant, didn't know what blowjob was. Honestly, all these things that are so simple when you're older, like I just didn't know what they meant. I had a friend who lost her virginity at 12, then one at 13, then one at 14. And it was such a pressure in school. And just on that pure being embarrassed to have sex, I didn't get pressured. I waited. It was so weird in school. People would say, oh my God, you're so frigid. You've not been fingered. Like things like that. And I just never got pressured, but I do think it's because I was so unconfident. So there were so many pressures in school to lose your virginity, not be frigid, that sort of thing. But I honestly was never confident in the bedroom. Like now I'm older, I'm so confident. Actually, weirdly, sorry, Dan, but when I first met my ex-boyfriend, I remember I wasn't seeing him at the time and we had all gone to a party and I was actually seeing his mate. And I remember him saying, I love it when they dangle out a bit. And I literally sat there and I went, oh my God, no way. He's talking about mine. He wasn't, but he was talking about like how he doesn't mind that. And then the other guy was like, ew, no, that's not for me. And I was like, fuck, because it's something I thought about all the time. It was a really big embarrassment thing for me. But as soon as I heard him say that, it was a game changer. I was like, guys don't care. If a guy likes you and, you're clean and like, you look after yourself and you like, I want to say confident, but I'm trying to explain how to be confident. But if you just go for it, then people just don't, like, they don't care. And I've only realized that, let's say I lost my virginity when I was like 17, 18. I said I only would have realized that when I was like 22 maybe. Because I just think you learn as you go. And I wouldn't take losing your virginity or even the second or third person as that's how you are or gospel, because you just learn different things. You feel more comfortable. And as well, I think if that person's meant to be, they will just love you for who you are. And like, oh my God, Dan's literally seen everything. Like I just walk around with no clothes on. I don't feel embarrassed, but it's because he's the right person. And I know that he's not like going to like say anything about me, or he's not going to make me feel uncomfortable. So I guess to round off how to be confident in the bedroom, it's just to know that you're not alone. Everything that happens is normal, and just go for it and try your absolute best not to go for the wrong kind of guy, because some guys can just be dicks. And I think like I should have known then that there were a group of lads downstairs, and that could have easily happened. I think that's why I know Dan's the one, because he's just so geeky and he's just so lovely and he's not a fuckboy and he's not laddie. So I just feel so, so comfortable. But yeah, my biggest thing is just know you're not alone. Fucking hell, when I had sex with that guy, it literally looked like a bloodbath. I was so embarrassed deep down, but I just acted like I didn't care. I'm so grateful that I've never been through the whole sending pictures around. I've never sent a picture to a guy. That is not something I recommend any girl does. We all want to do it, and if you have, not judging you at all, because I've probably sent one to my ex, in my underwear, and felt really good. But I'm just really lucky I've never gone through that experience. But very similar to a bed full of blood being sent around the group chat. It's really embarrassing, but you've just got to hold your head up high, know your worth, walk away and just not speak to that guy and just go, do you know what? It's fucking normal. It's normal. It happens to girls all the time. We all lose our virginities at different ages. Some of us bleed, some of us don't. Some of us, like I've heard my friend once went through a thing where a guy sent her knickers around in a group chat and she had like discharge in them. So normal. I have it every single day. And I think now I've got to the grand age of 25, nothing embarrasses me, because guys sat in the studio now and I'm like, woo, we all have kebab vaginas and I love it. But yeah, you're not alone. And just, that's, kind of my take on it, and just be yourself. And I hope this has helped someone out there, because I haven't spoke about that blood situation in a very long time, because I've never felt the need to. But I I feel good about that now. And I think if that happened now, I'd literally just wouldn't faze me. It's just so normal. So that's how to be confident in the bedroom. Hope you've enjoyed listening to that one. It was a bit of an exposing one. If you want to DM me, if you ever want to shout out your dilemmas over DM, I can try and help you with them as well. Make sure you're following the Instagram and the TikToks, and we can, be a big group of girls who help each other, I guess. So thank you for listening. Thank you so much for listening, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and come and follow us on all of our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We've got plenty of cool guests coming your way and lots of amazing solo episodes. I'm so excited for you all to listen.